Kindly be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. Shalom. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Minister of Education, Culture, Research and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Nadiem Anwar Makarim. Excellency Ministers of ASEAN Member States, invitees and representatives. Honorable Director General of Early Childhood Education, Primary Education and Secondary Education, Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia, Bapak Iwan Syahril. Honorable Head of Delegations from the ASEAN Member States and the ASEAN Secretariat, respectable speakers, honorable delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and a warm welcome to the opening ceremony of the Southeast Asia Policy Dialogue on Early Childhood Care and Education. My name is Rahmat Idris. Last night, we've taken you through such a beautiful journey across the archipelago and witnessing some of the most vibrant culture and tradition of Indonesia. And this morning, we extend our warmest greetings and welcomes to our delegates from Southeast Asia and beyond. It is also an honor for the government of the Republic of Indonesia to host the Southeast Asia Policy Dialogue on Early Childhood Care and Education under Indonesia's chairmanship of ASEAN throughout 2023. Commencing the opening ceremony this morning is the national anthem of the Republic of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya, followed by ASEAN anthem, the ASEAN Way. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. seated. Excellencies, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is comprising of over 18,000 islands from the west all the way to the east, with a vast variety of culture and tradition. Through the opening ceremony this morning, allow us to present to you with a performance of a children's games that illustrates the challenges of early childhood education during the time of the pandemic, which has now been revived and transformed dynamically towards advanced Indonesian education. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the performance of Sasukma Negeri by Bumi Hariring.
Children who can grow and develop well from an early age will be better prepared to learn at the elementary school level, which will have an impact on their adult life later on.
Lojinawi alam endah hejo lembo sugih mugi subur tutuhan benghar pepelakan daun hejo ngemplo karahar jan lemah cai kayo tumu subur panjangkung jangkung mata tengah wujud sirung pagulung gulung piraku rek rela piraku rek rela alam nu ngemplo hejo pinarangan ngarang-rangan tekarika
education based on local context that emerges from local culture and history can bring its own interest in improving early childhood education and care in the ASEAN region.
Dari mana anak kambing saya, anak kambing tua ada di baru. Mana di mana jantung hati saya, jantung hati tua ada di kampung baru. Caca marica, caca marica, caca marica ada di kampung baru. Caca marica, caca marica, caca marica ada di kampung baru.
Humans not only must be able to adapt to changes, but also must be strong enough to withstand, so we're not easily collapse with every challenge that comes. Therefore, renewals related to methods and rules always occur in the world of education. In this case, it is educational transformation.
Angkat sampean bujang-bujang daria. Hei pakaria, bagus teman rupanira. Si ayang-ayang sawahe pun si warudoyong. Sawahe ujuning etang, sawahe ujuning ulang.
The world of education in a pandemic situation has temporarily slowed down the process of acceleration and progress. The pandemic is a challenge in developing creativity in using technology, not only transmitting knowledge but also how to ensure that learning is conveyed properly. The challenge in the 21st century is self-directed learning or independent learning as an outcome of education. Rise, rise together, hand in hand, for a glorious future!
Sasukman Negeri by Bumi Hariring, conveying our biggest hopes and dreams for early childhood care and education across. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for all the talented children performers. Excellencies, delegate, ladies, continue to unfold this morning. It's our privilege to invite the opening remarks, address the Minister of Education, Culture, Research and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia. Please give a warm welcome to His Excellency, Bapak Nadiem.
Excellency, ambassadors to ASEAN members, distinguished delegates, invited guests. It is my pleasure to meet you all again at the opening ceremony, our Southeast Asia Policy Dialogue on Early Childhood. After our gala dinner last night, I'm very delighted to have you all. I look much forward to the discussion during. Each of us will get a chance to share our best practices, lessons learned in the implementation of policies that support improvements in early childhood care and education. Last night, I briefly mentioned the Emancipated Learning Campaign, or as we call it here in Indonesia, Gerakan Merdeka Belajar. I'm very happy to take this opportunity to share with you the foundation as well as the direction of this transformative policy program before I explain the details of its implementation and progress during the roundtable discussion. With an estimated population of 33 million children between ages 0 to 6 and over 208,000 ECCE centers and schools that are predominantly provided by the community, Indonesia faces a diverse and complex set of challenges to provide quality early childhood care and education. This is why we need a sustainable, bottom-up transformation in our education system. And to do this, we turn policy into a mass movement. I've always said, policy cannot truly be sustainable without it being a civic movement. It must be a mass movement of teachers, of parents, of families, and communities that allow collective action, bringing a radical and large-scale change. As I mentioned previously, our primary focus in regards to ECCE is not limited to access. We invested in the development of foundational skills among preschool children and primary school students studying in their first and second year. There are 5 fundamental transformations that we embarked on to support this vision. The first, we established our quality framework for ECCE centers and schools that serves as a shared vision for all stakeholders. We developed this framework based on internationally accepted measurement standards, enriched by our National Action Plan of Holistic and Integrated ECCE. This framework emphasized quality of learning process, partnerships between teachers, parents, and families, monitoring of early childhood essential needs, and of course, the improvement of leadership and overall management. Then, to ensure the implementation of this framework, we integrated it further with Merdeka Belajar reforms of curriculum, accreditation instruments, and teacher development. We incorporated the aforementioned framework with the national agenda to eradicate stunting and malnutrition as well. It's part of our efforts to create holistic and integrated services for young children. As a follow-up step, we have undertaken the first national survey on the learning environment to gain a comprehensive picture of the quality of ECCE across the nation. The result of this survey is being used by the government and ECCE centers and schools to design appropriate and targeted strategies in the provision of quality learning. The key word there being targeted. There is no one solution that fits all for any childhood center. Starting this year, we embarked on a campaign that aims at widening access to early education and ensuring the continuity of holistic foundational learning from early childhood all the way up to second year of primary school. Part of what we have noticed to be the biggest problem is this lack of continuity, as if there are 2 separate islands called early childhood and primary. Creating that bridge across both curriculum, policy, and learning experience was one of our main reform goals, so that early childhood education and primary school become one continuous breadth of learning. This campaign is also part of our effort to address a long-standing misconception that I think is experienced not only in Indonesia, but in many, many countries. A misconception that placed reading, writing, and counting as the only competencies to be obtained by young children before they enter primary school. We are instead fighting for holistic foundational learning because we believe that education should cover communication skills. It should cover emotional intelligence. It should cover character building, critical thinking, and most importantly, a positive attitude and a positive, fun experience that will embed the value of lifelong learning to the next generation. Sometimes the most basic concept is one that is missed in all the complexity of education. If early childhood learning is not fun, how are our children supposed to associate school and learning with something that is positive? That is a fundamental principle of early childhood. It must be fun. It must be engaging. Because the main goal in education today is not how much information we can cram into our children. The main goal of education today is, can we create lifelong learners? To do that, education must be engaging, must be fun. We realize that Indonesia cannot scale up all of these transformations without technology. That is why we developed the Emancipated Teaching Platform, an application that allows our teachers to access and download quality learning materials and assessments to help them personalize their teaching to the needs of their students. This digital platform also enables teachers to create a learning community with their fellow teachers from all across the archipelago. We know now, being practitioners in the education space, that teachers learn best not from governments or academics, teachers learn best from other teachers. That is how teachers learn their craft, by giving feedback and observing other teachers, forming communities of practice. This platform, as of speaking, this platform has 2.6 million users, paving the way for the largest digital community of educational practitioners ever in the history of Indonesia. It is our philosophy of bottom-up participation and collective actions that allowed us to dramatically transform the pillars of our educational system in Indonesia. And through this event, we wish to extend this spirit to support our concerted efforts in accelerating the quality of early childhood care and education across the ASEAN region. I'm looking very much forward to having a fruitful discussion with other country representatives from the 11 ASEAN member states here today during the ministerial roundtable. And in addition, we would like to take this opportunity to launch the scoping studies of ECCE policies in Southeast Asia. The result of this study will enrich our understanding of the various strategies implemented by Southeast Asia countries in the provision of early childhood care and education. Indonesia's chairmanship of ASEAN this year is a very important milestone in our journey as a growing nation and a part of the international community. Let's join together as one community to make ASEAN the epicentrum of global growth and our next generation the driving force of global prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Kindly remain on the stage for the kickoff of the scoping studies. And to accompany, may we invite also onto the stage, please, Director General of Early Childhood Education, Primary Education, and Secondary Education of Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia, Bapak Iwan Syahril. We also invite Acting Director of Early Childhood Care and Education, Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia, Ibu Komalasari, please. Also inviting, on behalf of ASEAN Secretariat, Honorable Dr. Roger Chow Jr., please. Last but definitely not least, inviting Director of UNESCO Jakarta Office, Dr. Maki Hayashikawa, to join us on stage. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the kickoff of scoping study on early childhood care and education in Southeast Asia will be officiated by the touching of the screen and the back of our Excellency, Your Excellency Minister. If you'd be so kind, on the count of three, please touch the screen. 1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1.
Congratulations. The scoping study on early childhood care and education in Southeast Asia officially begins. May we now use the opportunity for a group photo. Excellencies, you'll be so kind to come closer together, please, for a group photo, front and center, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, Excellency Ministers and Honorables. Can we request that you return to your seats now? Thank you very much indeed. Excellencies, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the kickoff of the scoping study has officially begun. And for the next part, we are inviting you to proceed to the next agenda, the roundtable discussions on ECCE in Southeast Asia countries and the parallel sessions at 10:30 a.m. Kindly be informed that the ASEAN Minister Roundtable will take place at Astor Ballroom on early childhood care and education in Southeast Asia. As for the parallel sessions, Breakout 1 in Newport 3, Transition to Primary Education, Breakout 2 in Newport 1 on Global and Local Influences in ECCE, Breakout 3 in Newport 2 on Holistic and Integrated ECCE, Breakout 4 at Caroline Ballroom right here, Resilience Building in ECCE, a fundamental tool to reach SDG 4 and beyond. And for Breakout 5 at Beachwood 2 and 3, shining a light on parenting education. We will now take a very much anticipated and awaited break. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much and please enjoy your break. Excellency Minister will now take his leave. We thank him for gracing us with his presence for the opening ceremony.